Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, BC? Welcome back to another video. This one's kind of impromptu, and I wanted to shoot it from my home office. I put up some more decorations in the background, so now it's not so blank, as I've had a little bit more time to decorate my house now instead of my office. But let's get into this. The benefits of a simple life, right? I might have talked about this before, but I want to give you guys some practical things because I believe that when I speak about this subject, I'm coming from a unique perspective because I do make a lot of money. Right? I'm a millionaire and I've been making money for a long time now. I've played around with the cars and done some stuff. So I guess the position is different. I'm not somebody speaking from the outside who's never had money. I'm somebody who currently lives a simple life, has always lived a simple life for the most part, but has also made money and has gotten a taste of luxury and, you know, the other big stuff that people tell you to focus on, right? Kind of the main focus for people, for them to make success, is to get recognition and hit that world, right? But let me tell you this, first and foremost, right? Nothing satisfies you and fulfills you more as a human being than having simple, basic practices and disciplines where it's just you with you, your morning, routines, whatever it is, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that you become a monk and you have to meditate 24/7 and all that. That's not for everybody. My personal routine, some of it is cold showers. I love the cold showers. I love going on walks and unplugging with no phone. I love sun gazing. I do it as much as I can. I love doing meditations, guided meditations for no more than 20, 30 minutes a day. I also like having the constant awareness in my mind all the time to live in like a constant state of meditation, right? It doesn't allow you to just randomly be pull and tug different ways emotionally throughout the day, and it keeps you more grounded, right? That also leads to more peace and tranquility in your life. Reading, right? Reading is huge. Listening to audiobooks, right? And I used to not be a fan of audiobooks, and I'm forcing myself to get a little bit more acclimated with them because normally I would just read a lot and take notes. Now I'm listening to audiobooks, and I've done good because so far this year, just in audiobooks, I've already gone through 2 audiobooks in their entirety, and I'll probably go through at least 3 or 4 a month, and that's not including what I read. So having that has brought more fulfillment to me than making more money and doing anything that would be considered the glitz and the glamour and all that stuff, right? I think it's the same because a lot of people who do make money, or even who aren't making money, that find themselves having those small achievements and small little victories and things that they look forward to every day, provides more satisfaction than virtually anything else on this planet, right? That's one. That's one. Because at the end of the day, as complicated as human beings are, we're also very simple, okay? Second is, a lot of times when you start focusing more on attainment of things, right, you tend to get a little warped in the sense that you detach from your own process, filtering, expectations, perception, and you get caught up too much in other people. And what I mean by that is you start worrying more and becoming more susceptible to worrying about what people think about you, wanting to get the next shiny object to impress those people, right? And really falling prey to living outside of yourself and being dictated and governed by people, ideas, and things outside of you versus having your own internal process, right? And I've always preached that over the years, that the more you live by your own internal process and estimations, yes, we still interact with the world, but a lot of your inspiration, motivation, right, beliefs, philosophies, all that begins to really come from within and stand from within. You live a much better life, right? You're not so pushed and shoved by the outside, kind of like the previous point in a sense, but it's different, right? You're not playing by their rules. You're playing by your own, okay? When I was really focused on cars, glitz, glamour, and that kind of stuff, and I was never really too caught up in it, but you do find yourself starting to care a little bit more. This is what causes people to care about how many likes they're getting on Instagram or engagement and impressing people and, wanting people talking about them and this and that. And it's not even for the right reasons. It's just to be cool and have this perception, which at the end of the day, when you're at home by yourself, sleeping with yourself, thinking, right? You're alone. No one else is there with you. Can you bear that? Can you handle that? Are you going to be happy with that? I love spending time alone, man. I'm probably one of the most social people you'll see. I'm a blast to be around. I'm funny. Everyone likes being around me, but I also simultaneously love being alone and living that simple life and having my simple pleasures and reading and spending some time with my cats. Even I'm considering getting a dog too. Like I can play in both worlds and I love them, but the simplicity I actually hold to a higher esteem. I enjoy it a lot more. You know, I'm basking in my own creation. This is cool. This is cool. Right. Also, number 3 attached to this is we do also as human beings get caught up at times, especially in this rapidly advancing technology and economy and lifestyle, right? And everything about life in general for human beings has become so accelerated, is you get caught up in that, in the sense that nothing ever becomes enough. There's nothing wrong with being ambitious and going for more. Believe me, I'm probably one of the most ambitious people you ever meet. However, again, simultaneously, and that's one of the keys that I'm going to cover later, this simultaneous thing. Simultaneously, what I have is enough. I have a lot of money. I could buy chains if I want, a ton of brand name clothes, a bunch of crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like stuff that really is insignificant, but that I could buy, right? But I'm focused on having bare minimum for myself, maybe some investments, right? And yes, even though I'm making a lot of money and moving it, it's kind of behind the scenes and nobody really sees it. It's not that glitz and glamour and flash and cool stuff, the likable stuff, the viral stuff that a lot of people pay attention to. So what I have and I'm making is enough. However, I want more and I'm going after more. However, what I have is enough at the same time. I'm not in this mode of desperation, like I need more. I'm not. I'm going after more, but with a calm, straight, focused mind, not emotional and desperate and anxious like a lot of people. So what I have is enough. And I've picked a few things that I like. Cars, sure, I still appreciate. I got the fancy Lamborghini and all that shit, sold it after 3 years. That was just a goal. Had I kept it any longer, now I'm playing into that BS, that fantasy, that allure, right? That has a never-ending ladder, right? I'm going to start buying some more classic cars, JDM, maybe some American stuff, right? I really love the old school Impalas, right? 63, 64, might get one of those, might get an old Monte Carlo. I don't know, but that's specific. And I've always wanted that. It's not about the price tag. It's about what it means to me. Same thing now, I've started collecting guns. I've always wanted them. It was much more difficult to acquire them in California. And although I had a few, right, I got rid of them. And now I'm starting from a clean slate here in Florida. I'm going to get a few. Big deal. Right. So even when it comes to monetary stuff, there's few things. Now, again, I don't do that for attention. I do it because it's personal. It's what I want. But there's only a few things. The rest, if we're going to talk about money investment, it's invested into things that are important to me, like my health, my well-being, right? Feeding my mind, events, seminars, books, that kind of stuff. That's where a lot of this is going. And then I'm giving back, especially to my team and the people in my coaching, right? Because it's going to be in proportion directly to who's closest to me. I'm going to give the most, and then in descending order. I'm still doing free stuff. I'm still doing YouTube, right? That becomes a priority now. But again, that's simple. You can count all that stuff on one hand. It's not a juggling a million things and having your mind all cluttered. It's basic tasks that need to be done every day. And that also builds your momentum too as a human being. So if you can take something that's a little bit more complex and make it simple, man, you're good to go. That's a very smart mental technology that a lot of people need. And as simple as it sounds, most people can't do it. But how about just making your life simple? Your friendships and relationships simple, your business partnerships simple. Stop complicating stuff, man. I know a lot of people caught up in the wrong stuff. And the moment that attention and reputation gets away from them, everybody disappears and they're left broken. Why do you think so many people who are celebrities are on drugs and on the verge of committing suicide or have committed suicide? Because they don't live simple lives. They get caught up in wanting to be the sexiest. Oh, I need to do this for Hollywood and I need this and that and the fanciest car and blah, blah, blah. That's like, dude, that's a race you're never going to win. And that never ends. So I want to talk a little bit now. I know I'm kind of just throwing a bunch of stuff at you, but this is just kind of at the top of my mind. What I brought up in the beginning about the simultaneous, you need to be simultaneous in your adaptation and application. Best example is what I gave you earlier. I can go for more, but still be content with what I have. You can do that. They'll tell you, right? And this is like a life lesson I can give you. Remove the word or, and your life will be much simpler and happier and more fulfilled. Remove the word or. Well, do I get more ambitious or do I just stay satisfied with what I have? How about both? You can do both. It may be difficult for you at first, but you first have to understand the concept that I just told you. If you don't believe or understand the concept that I just said, then it doesn't even exist. And you don't even see it as something that you can have or acquire. Therefore, you won't go for it. You'll think this or that, like the salespeople who tell me, should I go door to door or make calls? I'm like, yo, do both. Why are you asking me or? Do both. Do both. This type of lead or that type of lead. Do both. Remove the word or and watch how much simpler your life gets in regards to these, making choices, distinguishing how you're going to live, right? A couple of things that I can give to you real quick as we're wrapping up this video in order for you to apply this. What are some actionable items I can give you in regards to living a simpler life? Okay, start with this. A lot of times we will buy, I don't know, this is how to kind of check your mind too. You'll want to buy like a Rolex watch. Well, how many watches out there look very similar to Rolex that we could say are pretty good quality, but cost 1/10 or half? I know a ton. Now me, if I wanted to get a Rolex, I appreciated the brand Rolex since I was a kid and it was a specific thing for me and I didn't get it for attention and I bought it for the right reasons. I'm not saying don't buy it. Buy it by all means. If you're a watch connoisseur and that's your thing, go ham. That's what you want to do. But most people that get it, it's just, oh, look, I got a Rollie for Instagram, right? But as an actionable step, get something that looks similar if it's that important to you and get it for half the price. And you'll see after you buy it, man, this really didn't do shit for me. I'm glad I didn't spend, 50 grand for the Rollie. I only spent a couple of G's for this, right? You'll see it's not that important. Most people don't care. Most of the shit people have complimented me for over the years, oh, that suit, that watch, all that shit was cheap. And when they would ask me, I say, that's cheap, dude. I didn't pay a lot for that. I don't care. Look how you responded. That goes to show you that all this shit is fluff. That's a very actionable item, suits, shirts, all the stuff you guys see me with that you enjoy. I get that shit at like Kohl's or Burlington Coat Factory as I'm going around living my life and I see something, I'll buy it. But it's not $1,000 shirt. It's a $20, $30, $40 shirt. Now, will I splurge every once in a while and get a really nice one? Yeah, but it's not the brand. It's because I like the style of it or whatever it is. It's me. It's not the attention or the brand. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Another one is actionable items that you're going to do. Make sure there's 2 or 3 that you do on a daily basis that feed you getting out of the rut, removing anxiety, increasing more calm, bringing more health and awareness into your life. This is why I've always recommended things such as going out for walks, meditation, cold showers, and that kind of stuff. This will bring you back to the core and essence of just being a blank slate human being, which is what you want. If you're caught up in the race with everybody else, you're never going to be able to normalize and you'll never be living your life. You'll always be living someone else's or something else's life. You'll be very detached from the human experience, which is a shame because we've all been there. And once you come back, you start understanding what I'm saying and what I've been teaching for years on a much more profound level because it requires you to operate differently, right? Those are 2 things you can start doing, right? Third, bringing more awareness to every waking moment, right? Life isn't a blur when you're aware. Bring more awareness. When you catch yourself drifting, bring awareness, right? That will infinitely help all of you entrepreneurs, salespeople, and all that. Because if you're talking to people, you're making calls, you're moving and shaking, right? You need to be here. That makes you sharper. Many of us, when we drive, when we live life, we're daydreaming. You're drifting. Bring more awareness here and watch how that helps you facilitate living a simpler life. Okay, because these are some of the simplest yet most powerful things that have changed and shaped my life. Because again, I mean, let's take a look at it from the outside. I'm growing my hair out, right? Every waking moment when I shoot content now, it's not, oh, I need the perfect lights and the suit and all that. And people get it twisted. They think as I dress like this or I move like, oh, he's going broke. Are you kidding me? Like anybody who says that is a moron. You got to use common sense here, ladies and gentlemen. When I still conduct my real estate activities and meet with clients, I'm in a fucking suit, dude. You just don't see me in a suit every waking moment anymore. I used to put a suit on for every video pretty much out of insecurity because I didn't want people telling me stuff. Right? But so, when you make a video, you have to do this. It's like, who says who? You're on my channel, dude. But I don't care. Right? So again, that perception. We know how to utilize that. But at the same time, for your own fulfillment and happiness, you can't fall prey to it. So there's, again, that simultaneous understanding there that when I play the game, I'm going to play it correctly. However, I know that I'm not tied to that. Like when I make videos on my channel, I don't have to wear a fucking suit if I don't want to. Can I? Sure. Do I wear a dress shirt and suit sometimes? Sure, but I don't always have to. But I can understand that concept and that game and play it when I need to play it. This is that simultaneous living and understanding and juggling that if you can do that, man, life becomes a very, very fun and interesting playground. Okay. Now, I don't want to ramble on too much, guys. We'll end it here. Appreciate all the support on the new channel. I'm doing a new event. I don't know if I announced it, called the Rebirth of the Titans. It's going to be January 28th and 29th. I'm going to have a promo video coming out soon, but that one's going to be a lot more focused on, marketing for your business and brand, building leadership qualities in yourself and cultivating it, being a leader, how to grow, how to scale systems, all that stuff, and much more. Right. If you're really interested, I'll put out a promo video, but you can already go to my website now and sign up, along with Modern Success, my coaching, and anything else that I have to offer. All right. That's it for this one, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.